Hi there. I am
Hi,
the it's great, enthusiastic guest on the show. I am the CRM Ninja, and on today's episode of the Oops Factor, I am joined by the one and only Alexio Chandiwana. Welcome to the show.
thanks for having me, Ewa.
It's really great. I mean, we've been hanging out at the Bespoke Badger now for a while, so I figured it was time to get you on the show, and have you share your experiences.
Yeah, been looking forward to it, definitely.
Some great times. So, before we get into your whatever you have to share for us with the Oops Factor today, I have a question for you because I know that you have, two really great hobbies. One of them is football, and I have a very iconic picture of Wembley Stadium behind me right now, which I've been to. It's about 3 miles down the road from where I live. But the other one that I understand is you really enjoy helping the community, and you've recently been devoting yourself to helping the African technical community. Can you tell us how you started in that and what you're doing in that?
Awesome. Yeah, so it started with people reaching out, asking for help. I said, "Oh, we understand you're in IT. How do I get started? It's pretty challenging." So started having one-to-one phone calls, just to show them how Microsoft Learn is, where they can decide if they want to learn Azure, Dynamics, Power Platform. But of course, for me, working with Dynamics and Power Platform, I've always encouraged them to go down that path.
Business
So
applications, that's where your home is.
that's right. This is the home. We need to come and join the home. So yeah. So eventually, the numbers became bigger and bigger. So just doing a one-to-one was becoming a challenge. So decided to set up a few channels to help them out.
Wow.
So set up a Facebook page, which is called Microsoft Power Platform Community Africa. The same on LinkedIn, and we have WhatsApp groups. So we have a group with 190 people based in Africa.
You have 190 people that this has grown to.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
we have 31, a separate group for those based in the UK.
Okay.
So yeah, so the idea is to kind of help them to see what technology is all about, and at the same time, so they know there's always help available, not just from myself, but the community itself. There's so many resources available they can use. They can go on Twitter, look at Power Addicts or different areas to look at. So it's just
Wow.
to help them out. So one of the things which is coming up as well for Africa, which Gresham from Microsoft organized, which I'm helping promote, that is the Power Platform Africa Challenge.
Oh, that
So
sounds fun.
yeah, so this is next month in February, and it's mainly based for the people based in the Africa continent. To help them upskill, and apart from upskilling, there's some gifts to be won as well. So it's lots of fun to do.
Ah, prizes, prizes. Everybody likes
Yeah,
prizes.
definitely like myself.
It's all about that. No, that's really great. I know that Donna Sarkar has been doing some stuff with the African community as well, I believe, over the last year or so. But wow, that you've got into there, and as you said, you started just with questions, and then it grew and grew and grew. How long have you been doing this for?
So the way it started actually with family. So basically,
It's
my
the way that
siblings,
these things do.
some of my siblings are like, "What do you actually do with computers? What is it you do?" So I'm thinking, yeah, I work with Microsoft business applications. They're like, "What's that all about?" So I started having a look, and then once they had a look at it, they're like, "Oh, can you teach me? I want to learn how to do it." So they got interested. We done a few weeks actually showing them what Dynamics is all about, what Power Platform is all about, how they can create apps for themselves. And
That's
they got really
great.
interested. So we from there, what they done is they started speaking to their friends as well. Like, oh,
Okay.
Alex is doing some cool things here. Come and have a look at it.
They're really proud of you.
Yeah. So at that point, it was a small number. And then come the summertime, um,
Hold on.
people
Summertime last year,
summertime last year,
2020.
yeah, 2020, yeah.
So we're talking like 6 months.
Yeah, we're talking about 6 months, but it kind of gone to the peak in December time.
Imagine what it
So
could be like in a year's time. If you scale from like 0 to almost 200 in 6 months, as you say, with towards the end of the year it being a lot more, then I mean, what you're doing is really great, man.
yeah, so talking about the Facebook group in itself is slightly. a challenge for me in terms of the language barrier. So I'm trying to get people from different languages to come along, because some of the people want to learn. They come and speak different languages. So
Yep.
sometimes I don't understand it. So on the Facebook group, we have about 1,500 people
You
in that
have
community.
1,500 people on your
Yeah,
Facebook group
yeah,
for technology.
yeah, or
Okay,
technology and nothing else.
I'm blown. I'm blown away. I can't even imagine it. I mean, I've seen user group meetings which have like 120 people in it.
Yeah, so on the group, just to give them information, what's available for them to learn, events, for example, the Azure fundamentals, Dynamics fundamentals, to give them the opportunity to also learn as well, and also take it forward to the next step.
Wow. That's really great. I mean, I knew you were involved. I didn't realize it was that monumental. So, wow, that's really good. You know, we can obviously see your passion for it. You know, it comes out. I know when we've talked in the past about stuff, your passion comes really through. And now talking to you about this, your passion comes through as well.
Yeah, so yeah, my journey into technology started on Facebook, by the way.
Is this your oops factor?
Yeah,
Ooh,
started on Facebook.
oops factor, Facebook. You heard it here first.
So just basically started bugging people on Facebook, people working in technology, and believe it or not, I came across the famous Ben Vollmer on Facebook.
Not Ben Vollmer.
Yeah,
He of
started asking him questions.
notorious.
So I didn't even add him. I just went in the inbox, started asking questions about Dynamics. And then, yeah, he started giving me some resources, things to look at, things to learn, to set up a trial. This was back in 2013.
Wow.
And then,
He's really, really great. I talk to him regularly about tech and non-tech stuff. He's just amazing.
yeah, so yeah, being in the community and speaking at events was something I've always wanted to do as well. But I was very nervous. So being on the Twitter streets, I came across lovely Mary Thompson. So
We love Mary.
yeah, she's amazing. So we set up a call, and she gave me some tips and tricks of how to go about it. So the first submission was Ignite last year, and I was over the moon. I was accepted. So yeah, I was on there for 15 minutes with some MVPs, very, very helpful as well. Shared some of the experience at these events and how to prepare for them. So the community is very, very important.
Indeed it is, as we well know.
So yeah, that's where the journey began, Facebook, then coming on to the technology itself.
And any pitfalls along the way, stuff that's gone wrong that you have said oops at and learned from to get better at?
Yeah, definitely. So the first one, at my first role, being hired as a first line support person. And I got there, the hiring manager said, I think you know a bit more. I want to make you second line. So you are now responsible for the servers. So, okay, I'm really excited. Done a bulk delete. So deleted the whole database, everything gone.
Did you realize it as soon as you click the button, or did it only dawn later on?
I only realized because basically the organization was a consultancy. I realized when the client reached out to me saying records are just going down, 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 down.
Dive.
Yeah, so from that point itself, the key lesson was to more or less pay attention to detail of what's been asked for. So basically, they basically asked for about 4 or 5 records to be deactivated, and because I didn't pay attention, which was really bad, and it was a learning point as well. So learn how to pay attention to detail, and at the same time, if you're not sure, ask the question, just to make sure you understand exactly what's being said before you do.
No such thing as silly questions. I always say it. I say it myself. I say, you know, who knows what the other person may think of what you're saying. I don't care. I'll ask the question to make sure I understand it properly. You ask the question to make sure you understand it properly.
Yeah, but definitely that was a big learning curve. So after that, I've been one of the biggest advocates against deleting records. I've always said, let's deactivate.
Fully agree with that. Don't delete, deactivate. Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, learn something positive from that.
Definitely. Any other moments that you care to share?
Yeah, the other moments, one of the sales members or staff, they decided to ask me for an advance find of a specific record and do
Okay.
an export. And after doing the export, I gave them the copy because the communication didn't come to myself. What's happening within the organization, they didn't come back tomorrow. But they got the Excel spreadsheet with all the sales information.
So, so one of the sales guys asked you for a dump of all of the accounts or leads or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And walked out the door with it.
Yeah, walked out the door. Then the following morning, he's not there. Then started asking questions. What happened to him? Oh, that was his last day yesterday.
What happened there? Dare I ask? I'm curious. I obviously know. I've looked at contracts. I run my own company. I've issued contracts and stuff, and I'm well aware of non-compete and other stuff. But did anything come about of it?
So yeah, so what basically came out of it is the guy had signed a contract as well for compliance about taking data out.
Yeah.
So they sued him for it. But one of the things which I then pushed forward for was to actually have an approval process if someone wants to take data out, especially when it comes to the sales teams. So have an approval process, and in CRM, having the security role to make sure it's not everyone exporting data out.
How did you build the approval process?
So this was back then in 2015, before Power Automate came and done some amazing things for us. So basically, it was an email. It was an email process.
Okay.
So it'll be an email with the person who's requesting, and it goes to the compliance person.
Wonderful. And then they say yes, and then you get data out of the system.
That's right.
Sounds
long-winded.
True. Though obviously we have the approvals Power Automate flow nowadays, which is quite helpful and useful for some things. But technology advances over time, and sometimes we need to be the one who thinks up what those tech solutions should be, and then go ahead and implement them, and then tell the world about it at community events and talk about it and do demos, which work, of course, because demos work the entire time.
I love demos.
Love demos as well. Love demos. I once threw a screen out of my window during a live demo.
Oh no!
And well, it wasn't working. It wasn't working, and it was the first time I was presenting live. So I needed like to clear my head and a break, and it was in the first like 8-9 minutes, and I wanted something to keep the audience there while I was just absolutely frustrated. So I said, just hold on. My monitor's on the glitch. I'm going to ad-lib this with absolutely no sheets, no notes whatsoever, because it's all PowerPoint and I couldn't have presenter view without two screens. I said, I'm just taking my monitor, and I threw it out the window. I did open the window first to look if there was anyone underneath before I threw it out, because my study's on the first floor. And apparently that was one of the highlights of the presentation.
Wow.
I think it's on YouTube
and how did
somewhere.
That go?
For the monitor, not very well. For me, it was what I needed to like clear my head and stuff. It was the first community event I was speaking at. It was a major community event, so yeah, it was fun.
Interesting.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for coming onto the show and showing OOPSfactor stuff. A lot of people delete databases, but it's just the vision of somebody saying, the records are just going, down. I think is great. I think that should be a catchphrase. I'm nominating you for that.
Records are going down.
Yeah, records are going down. Get you a t-shirt with that on. And of course, absolutely wowed by, sharing what you're doing with the African community. And, if there's anything that I can do to help with it, please do let me know.
Yeah, but definitely. I'll definitely reach out. I'll definitely need some of your help. That's for sure. So
Brilliant.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. But Alexio, once again, thank you so much for your time. Viewers, we hope that you've enjoyed it. And feel free to take a look at the rest of the OOPSfactor episodes on the playlist. Subscribe to the channel, check out my blog. And if you would like to come on and share your own OOPSfactor story, or what else you may get up to at work or outside of work, feel free, hit the link below, submit your details, and I'll drop you a link to come on the show. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me, Yoa.